We're back then with video number 4 for this new series for Marvel's Midnight Suns. In previous videos we had a look at everything we know so far for Captain America, Iron Man and Spider-Man. Today we have a look at the Sorcerer Supreme, so of course it is Doctor Strange. Now we start off with an overview. We'll break down his general playstyle so you can know what to expect if you do pick him in game. We then have his passive next. This is unlocked via the relationship system and the Abbey, and then finishing up the video we have various different cards to look at for him. We've got 8 in total, and that includes his legendary card as well. Now let's dive in. Let's start off with the overview first. So Doctor Strange then, as I imagine to no one's surprise, will be primarily a support based hero, but he will still have some attack cards available, but the emphasis without a doubt is on support for him. When we look at his kit today, we'll actually get a look at some new mechanics that are available in the game. One of them is combat items, and his support skills are tied in with that. We'll break it down later on in the video. You have the enhanced mechanic, which is unique to him. Once again, we'll break that down later on in the video. And then you've got various different new status effects we can look at. One of them we just seen there a moment ago, that is the concealed status effect that makes enemies invisible. So that is a quick breakdown of how he plays and what he offers in his kit. So let's now have a quick look at the passive that's available for him. So each of the different heroes will have a unique passive, and this passive really leans into their particular playstyle. The passive is upgraded via the Abbey and the relationship system in the game, and this is where you talk to characters to upgrade your relationship with them depending on your response. For Doctor Strange, his passive, it's Greater Good. This is a tier 2 version we see, so a 50% chance to generate 2 heroism each turn. This looks to be really pretty strong. Your heroic meter is where you can build up that using regular cards, and when it's built up you can play your more powerful cards. Doctor Strange as well, which we'll see in just a few moments, has a system called Enhanced, where depending on the amount of heroic energy he has, he can actually buff his cards to make them even stronger. So on the subject of the cards, let's actually check them out now. So we're going to start off very quickly with 2 cards here that I believe we don't have the full tooltip for them, but it allows us to see the name of the actual move, and we have a slight description for them. So this first card here is Winds of Watum. This is an attack style card. The only thing it's saying on it at the moment is knockbacks. I'm pretty sure the tooltip for this isn't complete, but he has got the Winds of Watum skill either way. The next one we have here is Axe of Angarumus. That's the best I imagine I'm going to be able to say that. This is one that definitely the tooltip isn't complete for this particular one, but we see it a lot in the cutscene. So the fact we've got the name of it, we've got the card, we can see it's a heroic card and it costs 2 energy. I was wanting to show it off for that reason, but we don't have a breakdown of the specifics of it. It could just be a damage based card by the looks of it. But let's look at the other cards here, and we've got a lot more information on them. So earlier on in the video I talked about combat items. We'll get to see more in them here. Now the card that ties in with this is Astro Meditation. So this is a skill based card. When you use this, you restore 2 combat items used during the particular mission. Also the upgraded version of this, which we're looking at the moment, it provides you with 2 additional redraws, which can be really useful because there's certain characters that can buff their skills. So I think it's Iron Man based on the number of redraws he does, and then you've got Exhaust on this. Exhaust means once you use this card you can't use it again for this entire mission, but as mentioned, it allows us to see the combat items that are available, so it's an interesting new layer to the game where you'll have to decide if you want to use these items in one mission or do you save them for some of the harder missions later on. But that's Astro Meditation is the card here. So the next card we look at here looks to be a really strong support based one. It's called Vapors of Valhalla. This is an upgraded version of this particular card. It applies Concealed, which is a new status effect we've not seen before, which makes the target invisible. So you can cast this on Doctor Strange, or you can cast it on an ally. So you'll do this when one of your allies is at low health, and the upgraded version of this card as well allows you to restore health. So I imagine this is going to come in clutch and save you in some of the harder fights. The next card we have here is another support based one. This is called Blessing of the Fischante. This is a skill based card. We don't have any gameplay footage of it unfortunately, but this card we have the full tooltip. So it gives cards in the hand, in this instance plus 5 damage until played or discarded. That amount will of course go up as you level up Doctor Strange. The next card we have a look at here is Agamotto's Gaze. This looks to be the tier 2 version of this card. It's a skill card. It has the potential to be really strong depending on how it works, and it's down to this first line. So it says you draw the last 2 attacks played, so I'm assuming that's the last 2 attack cards that you've actually played. Now certain cards, we've seen it earlier on in the video, have that exhaust mechanic, meaning you can only use them once per battle because they're so strong. If this allows you to replay cards that have the exhaust on them, then this has the potential to be absolutely amazing. Now on top of that, it also gives drawn attacks additional damage until played or discarded, so that card that had exhaust on it that you've potentially brought back will be even more powerful the second time. The combinations for this could be absolutely incredible. And then finishing up with this, you start the next turn with 4 card plays as well, so he's giving you additional cards to play on the next turn. So all in, looks to be a pretty awesome card. We finish up the support base cards here then with Shield of the Seraphim. This is a heroic card, which means you will need at least 3 heroic energy to cast it. With this particular card, it applies 1 resist to Doctor Strange and all allies. Resist actually means that the next time you take damage, you'll take 0 damage, so this applying to all allies, exceptionally strong. With this, it will cure Doctor Strange and all allies as well, and if you enhance it, which means if you cast it when you've got at least 6 heroism, then you'll gain an additional resist. So that means the next 2 attacks that your entire team takes, they'll take 0 damage. I imagine there will be certain levels where you potentially have to run Doctor Strange with this specific card in order to beat them, because this is going to be really pretty awesome. But let's finish up the cards here. We've got the final one to look at. This is a legendary card. So the legendary cards then, these will be unlocked for each of the heroes when you max out the relationship for them within the Abbey. That's when you get them up to tier 3. So you'll have your tier 3 passive, you'll have your legendary card, and you actually get the black and gold Midnight Suns costume when you do that as well. So you really want to make sure you do that for your favourite heroes. Now the card in question here for Doctor Strange, it's actually an attack based card, which I find quite surprising, and to be honest I'd probably prefer a support based card, but this one is called 7 Sons of Cinnabus. This is a tier 2 version. It's a heroic card, so it'll cost you 3 heroic energy. You damage each enemy in an area. The area looks to be really pretty wide. This has got the enhanced status effect as well, so depending on the amount of heroic energy you have, you actually do additional damage. So it's at 4, 6 and 8 heroism, it will do additional damage for each of those tiers. So if you're maxed out with 8 heroism plus, you're going to be doing a huge amount of damage with this. So with that, that is all the cards for Doctor Strange. That's his passive, and that's an overview of his playstyle, and that's character number 4. If you've enjoyed this video, we have done videos on Captain America, Iron Man and Spider-Man as well, and they're in this same playlist, so feel free to check them out. But let me know what you think about Doctor Strange so far in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.